Hey guys, Matt from Almost Deep here. World of Warcraft has been a force in my life for seriously as long as I can remember, all the way back to my childhood from being 11, 12 years old where I first got my hands on this game. And I really did come to grow with it over time. I think that as the years went on, it's been interesting to see kind of how this game progressed and more so my memories and feelings attached to it. So I'm just gonna kind of fly around as I talk because honestly, there's nothing not to like about the dragon flying that they came out with. So I don't know if you could tell, but this is a max level character, level 80 now. And Shaman I've been playing for a couple expansions, but I play in a very interesting way. I don't really raid or do too much PvP. I sort of just do the story content and explore around, keep up with the game, and then stop playing. I actually just did this recently with this latest patch, the Undermine patch, where I actually leveled my Goblin Warrior all the way up to be a little bit more immersed in the content. But it was fun. But soon after I finished the quest lines, I just kind of stopped. But it's made me a bit more reflective in the sense of, why do I play World of Warcraft anymore? What do I really get out of this game? And I think a lot of it has to do with this sense of exploration that you get from playing this. It's enjoyable and nostalgic at the same time. The music, the ambience, everything kind of comes together. The art style, the way that it progressed. I did try to play classic WoW a little bit, and I found that it was a lot of fun. Leveling was incredibly nostalgic, but it really didn't feel like it had much there for me. To be honest, I wasn't really interested in anything beyond leveling and taking it slow, and it kind of just fizzled out because I didn't have that much time to play. That's one thing I really do like about retail WoW, or whatever you want to call it. It really does respect your time in a way. You could get through the story content, and then just from there, once you're through with the story content, you could just stop playing. And even if you want to do some light looking for raid content, whatever they call that, raid finder content, or some light group content, you could do so, and they make it very easy. But it is interesting to see how this game really did change over the years, and my feelings and thoughts attached to it changed throughout the years. I'm no longer as invested in the story of this game as I once was. It's not really too enticing, but the level of character agency and the way classes feel definitely keeps me going. I have a lot of memories attached to this game growing up. There was a point in time where I had dreams about this game every night, and it really did become a large part of my thinking and stuff that I was looking forward to. My kind of reward system was based around World of Warcraft and feeling like I was a part of a guild, and that was great growing up, and it gave me a huge sense of community. But as I got older and as I experienced more in life, I realized this is kind of like World of Warcraft. Like I'm kind of seeing things backwards. I saw the progression that I was getting through school or through work was the similar reward system that World of Warcraft had over me. And I would say World of Warcraft left a huge impact on my life path, life journey. I went back to school to become a mental health therapist because I was really interested in this intersection of memory and experience and learning what drives a person in their quest for meaning in life. I have World of Warcraft to thank for a lot of my insights there, because it really did feel like this personal journey of learning this vast virtual world, and all the ins and outs, the social communication, the community, the quests, the engagement, the music, the aesthetic of the art. Everything kind of kept me coming back. And I was able to kind of take this down throughout the years and note take what is it that I enjoy about this game that keeps me so enthralled by it, and how could I get that from my actual real life. So it's really what drove me to make this channel in the first place, and understand that gaming does have a profound impact on someone's ability to interact with the world and find meaning within it. And it's a really fascinating and beautiful thing once you cut into that a little bit and start discovering like what it is that makes you tick with video games. And it actually leads me to play other video games that are more aligned with what I'm searching for. I would say a video game that changed a lot of people's perceptions on what a game could be was Disco Elysium recently. It brought to attention that like the narrative threads of games are deeply interlinked with your personal experience of life, and politics and philosophy all kind of coming together, and human psychology. And World of Warcraft is similar in many ways. MMOs are, just in general, Final Fantasy 14 or Star Wars The Old Republic, just to name a couple that I became heavily addicted to. All these games have a lot to say about the user and the person who's playing it, the level of agency you get, and the experiences you have within the game. Even just flying through here in this game, these are all cataclysm zones here. And this expansion, I specifically remember Magatha Grim Totem being here in this area, right? I don't remember exactly what happened in this quest line, but I do remember the Twilight Hammer being a big part of it. And this is just an example of, like, you know, these games have very powerful themes and aesthetics that carry throughout, and they evolve throughout the expansions. And that's really what I like to see when I play this game now. I like to see how the game progressed, the way the story's moving, the way the art team is designing things. But you know, the sort of MMO grind does not really intrigue me anymore, which is fine. And some people, you know, that's really exciting, but I think everybody gets different things from video games. Some people use them to relax. Some people use them as a way to kind of exercise their mind, which I think I kind of try to find a cross between the two. I try to play games with intentionality. Like if I'm playing a game, even World of Warcraft, I want to know, hey, like, what am I getting out of this experience right now? And I question it almost as a sort of intentional way to game. And it's a lot of fun to do that. It keeps the relationship more healthy for me, and more of a dialogue between the game and myself, and what it is that's enticing. I gave a ton of examples just in this video about what that could be in Warcraft, and everyone's going to have their own sort of personal meaning for what keeps them playing. But even so, like having a little, you know, headcanon about who your character is or what your character does, you know, I really like making niche characters. Like this is a Maghar shaman, however you want to pronounce it, and he looks cool. I kind of keep him in this Black Rock themed armor, and yeah, I like designing my characters in that way. That's one thing I really do enjoy about Warcraft, is kind of having a theme for each of my characters. That's one thing that is exciting for me to come back to this game. I think the player housing feature is really going to keep me hooked for a couple weeks, no doubt. And not really trying to quit this game anymore. Here's the massive Sargeras sword. It's been plunged into the earth. I think a couple expansions ago, just flying through all these zones, you see just remnants of the past expansions. It's very interesting for a player like me. Been playing since Burning Crusade. But not to get off topic, there's a lot that could be enjoyed in a game like this, and you really need to figure out what that is for yourself. I think everyone should try and figure that out for themselves, to sort of free yourself from what's keeping you. It's kind of getting sucked into the ambience here. It's really amazing. The music team and the sound team does a great job with this game. It's really, really fascinating. But yeah, even as a child, and now we're back in another Cataclysm zone in Oldham. Even as a child, I have so many memories of being in that game. I think this is actually
exterminate them before they infest all of Uldum.
That's a world quest happening. I believe this is from Battle for Azeroth. But even as a child playing World of Warcraft, there's so many parts of it that really, really do stick in your mind. And keep you thinking about the pure nostalgia of it. Being in Elwyn Forest for that first time, being in that Night Elf starting zone, Ashen Vale, I can't remember exactly what it's called. But being in that zone just feels so nostalgic to me. I think it does to a lot of other people as well. And that's okay. It's great to get stuck in that sometimes. I think the trap is addiction with something like that. You could easily get stuck in that trap of just consistently indulging in nostalgia without even realizing it, and having it kind of overtake your life. I think that's something that we all try and avoid in some way. But Warcraft does have a very special place in the hearts of so many people, and I think it deserves to be there. It's a great game. There's just so much that could be taken from it. So, if anybody recommends any game for any reason, it's always to try and say why they enjoyed it and what's so great about it. But Warcraft is one of those games that I honestly wouldn't even be able to give an answer to why I recommend this game. Or I don't even know if I would recommend it to somebody getting into it now without the prior context of playing it for years and years. That's something to think about. But I do love this game. I think many people, even watching this video, do. Even though there's some crazy stuff with it, like this world quest happening from expansions ago. That's just the nature of these kind of games, and they kind of keep things in the past in some of these areas, and then other areas move forward. But without me getting too rambly here, in summary, I really do think that there's a lot of value you could have from delving into the past of these games, from thinking about what brought you to a specific point in the game. I think it's often overlooked. The good parts of these video games is overlooked, and we get stuck in new features that are coming out and the news of the game, and if you play a game like World of Warcraft with intention, there's just so much you could get out of it. So that's where I'm going to leave this video. Thank you for watching. I'm hoping to release more videos in this type of style with hopefully less rambling. I feel like this video had a lot of ramblings going on, but I'll try and keep that a little tame. Or let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.